Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Rule the Waves 3 with me, Alpha Omega, and the German Empire, or the Kaiserliche Marine, which we are in charge of. Now, contrary to my expectations, it's December 1908 and we are still kicking, and we even managed to still stay ahead of our enemies, which now constitute of Great Britain, Italy and the United States. Roughly 3 times our own strength. But we are having kind of big amount of luck with the strategic positioning of our forces. Now, we have the biggest navy in the Mediterranean, we have a little bit in the Baltic, and then we have some ships around the world placed strategically in our colonies. And the size and strength disparity is so big that the only place where we can actually have meaningful battles is in the Mediterranean. Elsewhere, we're just either we don't have enough to be interesting for the enemy, or they have too little to challenge us, like happened twice, I think, in the Indian Ocean. So we're gonna see what the next month is going to bring. But actually, I want to speak about one thing before we end the turn and see the battle for this time. But it's gonna be January 1909 actually, and thus we're gonna get a new update. However, for that update, we have something quite interesting to deal with. We will be finishing the first battlecruiser Rhine and the last of the König von Preußen class ship, Friedrich Wilhelm II. 6 months after that, we are going to finish Rostock, the third ship of the Hansa class, and 1 more month after that, we're going to finish the second Rhine class ship order. And with that, we need to really ask ourselves, what will the Neue Lehre actually be for us? Because while you could have, and I don't know how many of you did that, but some of you definitely read the reports of Admiral Bachman on my community page. So while that were, created, Fleet Admiral Bachman was hard at work at creating new designs for us and new ideas. And I'm gonna actually, once this episode ends, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break and give you guys a couple of questions to see what the Neue Lehre really is going to be like, because we have a bunch of options ahead of us on how we are going to rebuild our, or not rebuild, but how we are going to expand our navy. Because all of the ships that we have right now and all of the ships that we are actually building will be obsolete. Actually are even obsolete at this point, because we can now build more than 2 central line turrets. We can use the triple turrets. We can heavily increase armor. We have access to the coal turbine. So we will need to design an entirely new, I would say, design of ships, design thinking of ships. And there is a couple of options that I'm considering. I spoke about this in almost every episode before, and I will continue speaking about this, but I'm gonna also give you guys the ability to, chime in at what Neue Lehre, or the new doctrine for us, is going to mean. We are definitely going to move, and I know that already, to a squadron building type of construction, where we will always build ships that will be expected to work together. So, for example, we're going to build a battleship and all of its escorts, whether it's 4 heavy cruisers or 2 battle cruisers. We're going to have to work in a concerted effort, because the old fleet is going to have to be sort of centralized and will work independently, and the new divisions that we are going to build are going to be working as our new high seas fleet, phasing out the older ships. So that's what I wanted to say before we go ahead. The war is actually a mixed blessing in that regard, because we have a yearly budget of 246,000 Reichsmark, and we will finish ships with the total of, what is that? It will be 5,400 That would be 7,000. So roughly 8,500 Reichsmark will be available to us extra. And we have actually a lot of submarines also in construction right now. And, you know, this might seem like a small amount, but it is actually quite extensive. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 900 here and well, another 1,000. So basically we have about 10,000 Reichsmark now. Well, we can see it here, you know, on the construction. We're actually building for 10,356 Reichsmark, which is more than half of our monthly budget. So even if we tanked to a half, if we put most of our ships in reserve and mothballs, we will still be able to build a big amount of ships fairly easily. So we will need to carefully design the ideas behind the Neue Lehre, because it's gonna, you know, dominate our next decade at least for the design thinking. I mean, aircraft are supposed to be here by now already. They're not. So, okay, fair enough. But whether they come or not will not influence our next generation of ships that heavily. That will come later in the 1930s, I would say, where, you know, the bombers really become very effective and you really need to start thinking about aircraft carriers more than you need to think about battleships. But we'll see. We have some variation in this one, so, you know, it's not exactly historical. Anyway, I've been babbling for nearly 7 minutes right now, so let us end the turn and face our enemies once more. And we're not gonna face our enemies once more. We actually finished the battlecruiser Rhine, and the examination of the captured enemy munitions has helped our research in armor-piercing projectiles. And our scientists are happy to report that they are close to mastering 5+ centerline turrets. Okay. And research breakthrough torpedo technology. Okay, so now we have torpedoes of range of 3,500 yards at speed of 30 knots or 7,000 yards at a speed of 22 knots. Okay, they're becoming really dangerous. And our scientists report that they have suffered a temporary setback in figuring out the concept of the base fuses. And enemy submarine has torpedoed and sunk our ship Ariadne. Okay, well, and we no longer blockade Italy again. God damn it. So we have gained 50 victory points from the trade warfare, and they gained 30 victory points from trade warfare. And we managed to sink no enemy ships. That's great. So Grand Admiral Bachman, below average, is placed in command of the North Sea 1st Heavy Cruiser Corps part of the fleet. War emergency measures has shortened the construction of our submarines. Okay, 2 of our submarines. The coastal submarine U-17 and the regular submarine U-202 by 1 month. Captain Souza Lindemann average is placed in command of battlecruiser Rhine. Nice. Captain Souza Stockman has shown himself to be of average ability. Tensions between Great Britain and USA decreased because they both are at war with us. Great, great, great. Base fuses, intelligence report from Germany. There are indications that Great Britain nation has stolen technology in fire control from us. Great. Enemy submarine torpedoed and sunk our ship Ariadne. And then we sank a lot of merchants. And okay. Well, that's that. We are back to not blockading anyone. Because Great Britain moved almost all of its fleet in this area. Okay, well, that sucks. Positively, but we are also not blockaded, which is interesting. So could that mean that right now we could actually move our ships from Northern Europe to the Mediterranean. It would be great if that was the case. So let's just see if we can move them to the Mediterranean, if it's gonna be permissible. You are part of the Baltic Fleet First Light Division. So can I assign you to the division as well? Baltic Fleet. This one? Yes. Now we have Hansa. So I can add Stralsund as well. And because we have lost... we actually lost 2 battleships. So thinking, can I add you here? Yes, I could add Rhine to the main one. And I think I could actually... Wait, did I do that or not? No, now I have. And I could actually... No, I don't want to disperse the Northern Sea Fleet, because... Do we have just that down there? But... Stabelheim River has issues with the engines pretty badly. Well, you're gonna be the flagship. You're more capable than our old battleships. This is a really nice ship. Look at that. 4 12-inch guns, 8-inch twin turrets, secondaries, and 16 5-inch tertiaries. The belt, the deck, turrets, the secondary turrets, everything is looking really good. Let me just see one thing, and that is, do we have... Rhine is over here. So if I wanted to rebuild you, torpedo defense. Yeah, it wouldn't work. Bulged. Additional deck armor. That would be really crazy. Just wondering if there would be some future where we can rebuild these, but for now they're doing really good. Okay, so in the next time we're gonna see if this or if our fleet actually makes it, or fleet, if our 2 Hansa class light cruisers and Rhine can make it to the Mediterranean, and if they can, how that's gonna change the situation there. And I'm actually gonna end the episode here. It is a very short one, but I'll prepare the update for the next episode, and as I said, in the meantime I am going to have a couple of polls where you guys can vote on the future designs of our ships. So thank you very much for joining me. Again, I'm really sorry that this one is shorter, but hey, you got some longer episodes elsewhere, so it evens out. And I'll be back with the update in the next one and with the actual results of the Neue Lehre. So those of you that will not participate in the vote will still learn what kind of design ideas we are going to keep in mind. So see you in the next episode.